The Kaena Point Satellite Tracking Station is a United States Air Force military installation in Kaena Point on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. It is a remote tracking station of the Air Force Satellite Control Network responsible for tracking satellites in orbit, many of which support the United States Department of Defense, receiving and processing data and in turn, enabling control of satellites by relaying commands from control centers. The facility is placed near the westernmost point of the island of Oahu, atop a 1,500-foot high ridge.
All right, I think I'm ready. Let's fix my camera here. Get the show on the road. This is going to be fun. I've never been to this island. This is Oahu. My wife's been here several times, but I've never been here. I've been to the Big Island. All right, let's get going here. Let's see, what do I need to do? First of all, let's set some altitude. So I'm going to click on altitude over here, and I'm going to set it pretty low because we're going to want to enjoy this tour. I think 1,000 feet will do it. I don't think I'll get any trouble. I'm going to leave it at 900. We'll go 900. Alrighty, and then let's do something like that and that. Take the brake off. And we're off. Beautiful day in Hawaii. Isn't every day a beautiful day in Hawaii? All right, I'm gonna pull the power back a little bit. We're gonna stay about 100 to 110. I don't know, not too fast. I want to take a leisurely tour. Pull the throttle back. All right. That beautiful ocean. So I've got Bush Talk Radio on, and that should give us some information about where we're at and what we're seeing. Like I say, I've never been to this island before. We just might see some boats on the water. There are boats in the game, in the simulator. I don't have a lot of them turned on because they take a lot of power to see, but or to render. We're going to come up on a hard left here pretty quick. There we go. Little harbor down below us. Beautiful weather today for a tour. Coming up to the North Shore.
The North Shore, in the context of geography of the island of Oahu, refers to the north-facing coastal area of Oahu between Ka-ina Point and Kahuku. The largest settlement is Haleiwa. This area is best known for its massive waves, attracting surfers from all around the globe. The North Shore is considered to be the surfing mecca of the world. Every December, the area hosts 3 competitions, which make up the Triple Crown of surfing. The 3 men's competitions are the Hawaiian Pro, the O'Neill World Cup of Surfing, and the Billabong Pipeline Masters. The Pipe Masters was founded in 1971 and is regarded as the sport's top surfing contest. The 3 women's competitions are the Hawaiian Pro, the Roxy Pro Sunset, and the Billabong Pro on the neighboring island of Maui. The Northern Hemisphere winter months on the North Shore see a concentration of surfing activity, taking advantage of swells originating in the stormy North Pacific. Notable surfing spots include Waimea Bay and Sunset Beach. The North Shore only houses one large commercial hotel, the Turtle Bay Resort, which also has 2 world-class golf courses designed by Arnold Palmer and George Fazio. Other accommodations are available in privately run condos, house rentals, and a youth hostel.
Look at all the wind turbines back in the back here. Tons of them. Tons, that's a relative term. Yeah, when I first saw that North Shore, I thought, that sounds familiar. And when she said surfing, I thought, oh yeah, the North Shore. All right, we've got a little bit of a right corner here. Coming up. Just going to mosey on around the bend. Must be a big resort down below there. It's a huge building. Hate to be there if a tsunami comes in. There's a little bit of a hill area back there you could probably get up on. Got another right corner coming up here. Oh, I forgot to put my flaps back up. I forgot, I'm flying a plane here. Let me cut back the throttle a little bit. What's that pyramid down there? That's interesting. It's not a pyramid. I think it's a building and that's just the roof. Interesting terrain down below. Look at these strips of land up here. That's kind of strange.
The Polynesian Cultural Center is a Polynesian-themed theme park and living museum located in Lae, on the northern shore of Oahu, Hawaii. The PCC is owned by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and dedicated on October 12, 1963, and occupies 42 acres of land belonging to nearby Brigham Young University, Hawaii. The PCC encompasses 8 simulated tropical villages, in which performers demonstrate various arts and crafts from throughout Polynesia. Visitors may also take a free shuttle tour of the university and see the LDS Church's Lae Hawaii Temple and its associated visitors center. 70% of the PCC's approximately 1,300 employees are students at BYU Hawaii. Since it has opened, the PCC has provided financial assistance to more than 12,000 BYU Hawaii students. Students may work up to 20 hours per week during school terms and 40 hours during breaks. As a non-profit organization, PCC's revenue are used for daily operations and to support education.
That's interesting that the Mormon Church has that kind of an influence here. Is that a reef area down below us? A little bit of a mountain area there. Now, the Hawaiian Islands are interesting to me. There's so many people that want to live in Hawaii. And to me, it's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live here. And I'll tell you why in a second. But I can't tell you how many people I've known that have went to Hawaii for vacation and then tried to come here to live. And a good share of them don't make it. A year or two later, and they're back in the States. And the interesting thing for me is, what you have to remember is these are islands, and they're not very big islands. In fact, the biggest island, you can do a tour on a bus clear around the island in a day. And even right now, this tour right here is less than an hour tour all the way around in a plane. So think about it. If your whole family is in Oregon or Texas or wherever, and you move to Hawaii, the only way to see your family is to take a plane home. And it's not a short trip. See, you're on an island. What do you do when you've seen everything? What do you do when you've jumped in a car and within a few hours, you've driven all the way around? Isn't that pretty, the water? I would get claustrophobic. I just, after a few months, what do? Where do you go? You can't go anywhere unless you have a plane. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I'd love to visit, but I couldn't live here. Is that a boat in the water? I bet it is. Too far away for me to see. That's an interesting little area right here, all enclosed. Wow, that's kind of neat, in a way. Wonder what these little areas are. Is that a reef? Must be. And that's really a large inlet right there. There's another one of those areas. Wonder if that's man-made somehow. I'm talking about this over here. Another boat. That must be a military base. Marine Corps base. And we're going to buzz it. It's a funny shaped building.
Marine Corps Base Hawaii, formerly Marine Corps Air Station Kaneohe Bay and originally Naval Air Station Kaneohe Bay, is a U.S. Marine Corps facility and air station located on the Mokopa Peninsula of Windward, Oahu in the city and county of Honolulu. For census purposes, the area is demarcated as the Kaneohe Station census-designated place, with a population at the 2010 census of 9,517. Marine Corps Base Hawaii is home to Marines, sailors, their family members and civilian employees. The United States Marine Corps operates a 7,800-foot runway at the base. MCBH is home for the 3rd Marine Regiment, Marine Aircraft Group 24, Combat Logistics Battalion 3 3rd Radio Battalion, and the Navy's Patrol and Reconnaissance Wing 2. The base lies between the two largest Windward Oahu communities of Kailua and Kaneohe, and the main gate is reached at the eastern end of Interstate H3. The main access to the base is by either H3 or Mokopa Road. MCB Hawaii is located on the windward side of Oahu, approximately 12 miles northeast of Honolulu. Marine Corps Base Hawaii occupies the entire Mokopa Peninsula of 2,951 acres. Two areas of the base are classified conservation land, which includes the Ulupor Crater area and the Nupia Pond area. Olumana is a set of 3 mountainous peaks on the windward side of Oahu near Kailua and Waimanalo. While historically only the first peak was called Olumana and the second and third Pakui and Ahiki respectively, most people call the entire section Olumana. Geologically speaking, Olumana is an erosional remnant from within the caldera of the Ko'olai volcano. In Hawaiian, Olumana means divided hill. According to ancient Hawaiian legend, Olumana was a giant warrior who ruled the lands on the windward side of Oahu from Kualoa to Makapu'u. During this time Awapor, the king of Oahu, sent the great warrior Palila to battle Olumana, subsequently cutting Olumana in half. His upper torso was said to be in the Pacific Ocean near Kaneohe Bay, leaving his lower half where Mount Olumana is today. According to the legend of Makalai, the peak Ahiki was named for one of Chief Olumana's favorite Konahiki, and the peak Pakui was named for the keeper of Ka-Elapulu fish ponds. Makapu'u is the extreme eastern end of the island of Oahu in the Hawaiian Islands, comprising the remnant of a ridge that rises 647 feet above the sea. The cliff at Makapu'u Point forms the eastern tip and is the site of a prominent lighthouse. The place name of this area, meaning bulging eye in Hawaiian, is thought to derive from the name of an image said to have been located in a cave here called Kinioki-Kuapololi. The entire area is quite scenic and a panoramic view is presented at the lookout on Kalanianaule Highway, where the roadway surmounts the cliff just before turning south towards Leeward, Oahu and Honolulu. The Makapu'u area is reached approximately 2 kilometers east of Waimanalo Beach on Kalanianaule Highway, or from the Honolulu side traveling east along the same highway beyond Sandy Beach. The Makapu'u Point State Wayside Park, a 38-acre roadside park, is about midway up the draw on the right-hand side coming from Hawaii Aikai. Features of special interest in this area include Makapuyu Point Lighthouse is a 46-foot tall, active United States Coast Guard lighthouse established in 1909. Construction for the lighthouse was prompted by the grounding of the steamer Manchuria in the pre-dawn hours on August 20, 1906 on the reefs off Waimanalo. The lighthouse was automated in 1974 and its keeper's quarters demolished in 1987, but the remnants are still visible. The lighthouse contains a roughly 12-foot-tall French Fresnel hyperradial lens, the largest lens in use in the United States. The lens is able to magnify and intensify the illumination of a single electrical 1000-watt, 120-volt light bulb. It was damaged by a vandal firing a bullet at it, but the lens is still in service as it is no longer reproducible. A popular day hike along the access road to the lighthouse begins at a parking lot located south of the Makapuyu lookout on Kalanianaule Highway. A second trail leads from the remnants of the keeper's quarters to the lighthouse, but it is off-limits to the public. The lighthouse itself is also off-limits to the public and is protected by 3 locked gates. Hanauma is a marine embayment formed within a tuff ring and located along the southeast coast of the island of Oahu in the Hawaii Kai neighborhood of East Honolulu, in the Hawaiian Islands. Hanauma is one of the most popular tourist destinations on the island and has suffered somewhat from overuse. At one time, this popular tourist destination accommodated over 3 million visitors per year. In 1956, dynamite was used to clear portions of the reef to make room for telephone cables linking Hawaii to the west coast of the U.S.
$500.
Wow, look at all those buildings, those houses. But there's a lot of people with boats here. Let me slow it down a little bit. Got a very populated area here. Be careful, I don't want to go too far.
Diamond Head is a volcanic tuff cone on the Hawaiian island of Oahu and known to Hawaiians as La'ai. The Hawaiian name is most likely derived from Le plus ai because the shape of the ridgeline resembles the shape of a tuna's dorsal fin. Its English name was given by British sailors in the 19th century, who mistook calcite crystals on the adjacent beach for diamonds. Diamond Head is part of the system of cones, vents, and their associated eruption flows that are collectively known to geologists as the Honolulu Volcanic Series, eruptions from the Ko'olai volcano that took place long after the volcano formed and had gone dormant. These eruptive events created many of Oahu's well-known landmarks, including Punchbowl Crater, Hanauma Bay, Cocoa Head, and Manana Island in addition to Diamond Head. Known as La'ai in Hawaiian, The mountain in 1825 was given the name Diamond Hill by British sailors who discovered sparkling volcanic calcite crystals in the sand and mistook them for diamonds. This is reflected in another local name, Kaimanahaila. The name later became Diamond Head, with head being shortened from headland.
My wife and a couple friends were here once. I couldn't make it. I was at home. And my wife called me from the top of this hill on Diamond Head.
500.
Honolulu is the capital and largest city of the U.S. state of Hawaii. It is an unincorporated part of and the county seat of the city and county of Honolulu along the southeast coast of the island of Oahu. The city is the main gateway to Hawaii and a major portal into the United States. The city is also a major hub for international business and military defense, as well as being host to a diverse variety of East, West, and Pacific cultures, cuisine, and traditions. Honolulu is the westernmost and southernmost major U.S. city. For statistical purposes, the United States Census Bureau recognizes the approximate area commonly referred to as City of Honolulu as a census county division. Honolulu is a major financial center of the islands and of the Pacific Ocean. The population of the Honolulu census-designated place was 345,064 as of the 2019 population estimate, while the Honolulu CCD was 390,738. Honolulu means sheltered harbor or calm port in Hawaiian. The old name is Ko, a district roughly encompassing the area from Nuuanu Avenue to Alakia Street and from Hotel Street to Queen Street, which is the heart of the present downtown district. The city has been the capital of the Hawaiian Islands since 1845 and gained historical recognition following the attack on Pearl Harbor by Japan near the city on December 7, 1941. As of 2015, Honolulu was ranked high on World Livability Rankings, and was also ranked as the second safest city in the US. It is also the most populated Oceanian city outside Australasia and ranks second to Auckland as the most populous city in Polynesia.
Lots of football fields. There's one here.
Aloha from Hawaii via satellite was a concert starring Elvis Presley that took place at the Honolulu International Center and was broadcast live via satellite to audiences in Asia and Oceania on January 14, 1973. The show was presented with a delay in Europe. In the United States, to avoid a programming conflict with Super Bowl VII, NBC opted to air a 90-minute television special on the concert airing on April 4th. Presley returned to performing tours throughout the United States in 1970. Richard Nixon's 1972 visit to China inspired Presley's manager, Colonel Tom Parker, to promote a live broadcast concert featuring the singer, and he arranged a deal with RCA Records and the NBC network to produce one. The show benefited the Kuili Cancer Fund. Marty Passetta produced the program. A filmed rehearsal concert took place on January 12th. The show earned good ratings in the countries targeted by the live broadcast. The television special presented in the United States became NBC's highest-rated program of the year, and it garnered a favorable reception from critics. Its soundtrack album became Presley's last chart topper on Billboard's Hot 100.
Yeah, try to slow down there because there's about 4 or 5 different things to see. We flew over them, but there wasn't enough time for the tour guide to tell you about all of them. There's the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific that we flew over, and a couple other things.
Pearl Harbor is an American lagoon harbor on the island of Oahu, Hawaii, west of Honolulu. It has been long visited by the naval fleet of the United States, before it was acquired from the Hawaiian Kingdom by the U.S. with the signing of the Reciprocity Treaty of 1875. Much of the harbor and surrounding lands is now United States Navy Deepwater Naval Base. It is also the headquarters of the United States Pacific Fleet. The U.S. government first obtained exclusive use of the inlet and the right to maintain a repair and coaling station for ships here in 1887. The attack on Pearl Harbor by the Empire of Japan on December 7, 1941, was the immediate cause of the United States' entry into World War II.
I wonder what these strips are. What is that? Is that some kind of farmland? That's strange looking. A lot of people, a lot of houses. Wasn't looking, but I should have been looking for golf courses. Bet there's some nice ones. Well, that's kind of a nice little harbor. And all the boats over here. Kind of looks like mining or something there. Surface mining. Gotta wonder. It's another place where I can't pronounce any of the names. I hope I'm high enough. I think I am. That should be okay. I was supposed to be about 1,000 feet for this tour. Ugh, this looks close. Oh no, no. I made it.
500.
Yeah, a little closer than 500. And right around this corner here, there's, I think, is where we started, up around this corner. Are those solar panels? What is that? I wonder if that is. Yeah, there's a little bit of a boat harbor right there, too. Might be what those are too. I hope I don't try to go over that. I might be in trouble. Oh boy. I might have to climb a little bit. Whoa.
500.
Yeah.
Stall.
Let me get back in here. That was a little steep. And I might have to do it again. I think I'll be okay. Oh, that's close. That's close. That was close. Okay, now this is a real sharp point here. We're going to go around that, and then we'll be where we need to come back down. Kiana Point, I think it's called. So this is my first time on this.
Ka'ina or Kaiana Point is the westernmost tip of land on the island of Oahu. The point can be reached on foot from both the east and southeast. An unimproved track extends some 3 miles along the coast from the end of the paved road on the east side, where a gate prevents entry of all except authorized vehicles. On the southeast side, at Ka'ina State Park, a paved road passes a beach before terminating into an unpaved road. It continues for a few miles, after which the road is washed out, and further travel must be on foot. It is not possible to travel around the point in a vehicle, as the route is better described as a path in most places, and is lined on one side with a cliff and on the other with basalt rocks which are quite capable of damaging vehicles. In Hawaiian, Ka'ina means the heat. The area was named after a brother or cousin of Pele who accompanied her from Kahiki. The state of Hawaii has designated the point as a natural area reserve to protect nesting Lysan albatrosses and wedge-tailed shearwaters, Hawaiian monk seals, and the fragile native strand vegetation that has been restored there. Some ancient Hawaiian folklore states that Ka'ina Point is the jumping-off point for souls leaving this world.
Ooh, that's kind of spooky. I saw a little bit of lava there on that, too. Little patches. All right, that's our airport coming up here, so get back into plane. And we've got a pretty slow speed. I slowed it down for most of that. Take it out of autopilot and bring it in. Put some flaps down. Keep the nose down. It is very long. I shouldn't have any problem with that. Nose up, nose up, nose up. And we're down. Well, that was beautiful, beautiful tour.
Papa Hotel Delta Hotel Traffic Ranger 159er 1 miles west 0 inbound to land runway 26.
I don't know if I'm supposed to come off here, but I was just going to park out here and get off the runway. And here we are. Beautiful day for a tour. It was a beautiful tour. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Ta-ta for now.